Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
boys and girls, welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yolana eti po 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 po.
And they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just head home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay. I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day. You can call me we play. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting.
Oh, right.
Even great. Which team do you support, bro?
Where?
England.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
You know that's very unpatriotic. Like, which team do you support? Nguniki chance. To die lapa. Uvela watangeka kula next la. No, Arsenal.
Arsenal. Because I've seen an ad. I think always keep us
job, man. Job.
Because vele bese ngikucabangela ukuthi ngiza kuqala ngithini. Manje somele ngibuyele ngiyozama ukucabanga ukuthi Arsenal.
Job. Mina, I rock with whoever's paying, bro.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle said it. I rock with whoever's paying.
So, but I feel like Arsenal are my enemies. Like, I know what maybe I'm serious. Of course, it's Tottenham, but who supports Tottenham in Africa, bro?
Yeah, no, not a lot of people. No, Arsenal is a dope team.
It's a dope team.
Yeah, no, it's a dope team.
When last did you win something?
Listen, that's not the point of the conversation. That's not why we were here. So, no, don't worry. Wait, what do you support? So that I know why your line of questioning is
I support Liverpool.
Okay. Oh, you win 1 or 2, then now you are... Oh, is this for him?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah. Hydrate.
So if I was to drink beer, would that be a problem?
No, it's fine.
We smoke actually on the show sometimes.
It's fine.
You smoke sometimes?
Yeah, on the show.
Really?
Hey.
Like as in what? Like Hubley?
Hey,
like happy or weed. Yeah, we do smoke weed, yeah.
Yo, this is wild. You guys are wild.
Comfortable.
Like you try in Leana, Nori, drink champs.
Oh, drink champs.
Yeah. Drink champs. I saw with that.
We actually want to do like the Bulawayo version of that. But now I'm not sure what to do have a local branding. To that extent ukuthi baqalise ukusitshela izinto maybe nxayade bengacabanga ukuthi basitshela. 2 keys nyala
Should be, but I don't know.
Should be.
But 2 keys, yeah. 2 keys.
You're going to talk.
Well, about Russian pay.
Yeah, they partnered with Black Diamond.
Really?
Times. Yeah.
Black Diamond is a what? It's a vodka.
No, I'm saying Russian Bay had a partnership le Black Diamond, those guys.
All from the okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
So yeah, they're
your Russian Bay is like, I mean, shout out to them. In case you want to pay me one day, you've got a very premium liquor.
Yeah,
yeah, if you wanna. But it reminds me of, like the struggle. Yeah, early 20s.
Yeah.
I once saw a bunch of boys pour Russian Bay into a Ciroc bottle. I was like, the people who are going to drink this have no idea.
But I'm not going to do politics. But anyways, you go to him not,
Amangako. Lying with your mouth.
See, my brother, I don't drink alcohol. I'm telling you.
So what's your vice?
Coconut.
Dog.
You have to have a vice.
He smokes.
Oh, he smokes. Okay.
It depends.
On?
Occasional. Yabo. izinto ezinjenge weed asonto phongu.
So if your weed is occasional, then you don't touch liquor at all. You should do your favor when.
Fair.
Aha. Okay.
Esenye ngawakuvuma.
Yeah.
Amankazana ngiyathanda.
Kodwa ufavor.
Ngiya appreciate.
Oh.
Like there's a difference
between.
Ukufavor lo appreciate.
Tell us, school us, we are here. Tell us
Mina
more.
bona ngaze mbabone belapha. Basidlulele, it's fine for me. But mase ngifavor bo singibalanda mina. Yabona.
Wena babulanda.
Khona phana sokusiba le problem.
I don't believe a word you say. I don't believe a word you say.
Anyways.
You look like there are kids you are yet to meet out there.
Abafanana la.
Yeah.
So mfo ufike endlini mfo nthi, "Hey,
You've got that face of when I get famous."
kulomuntu engimbonile etown engathi ngimfanisile but it's fine."
Ungumntwana.
Umuntu omunye umntwana ngathi hayi man.
Awudinga ngumama kude.
Amanye ama problems yazidingela.
Okay. Yeah. No, true.
Yabo kuyi situation yokuthi maybe nxa ikutholile then yasikudlula yabo.
Yeah.
Then unobuso uhamba uyidinga futhi.
No, true. I believe that's how every man should answer. Like people always ask me how many kids do you have, and I tell them I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because
I've got no idea.
Yabe kulama chances ukuthi maybe at some point wake wenza something. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a special edition of the Byopodcast Ingxoxo 99. Today we are joined by award-winning comedian.
Okay.
What else do you do, bro? Besides supporting Arsenal?
Support Arsenal. Not know how many kids I have. What else? Comedy. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, khona pho benanzelela ukuthi sesike sawa le family member yakho si interview le yokhona futhi namhla la.
Right.
Kade interview wena. I think next interview sesingabe sihleli labazali. Yabo? Sihle siqedwe family yonke.
Actually, our mother is the one who got us into it.
Sihle siqalise vele yabo.
She used to read the news kudala.
Oh,
nice. Yeah.
It runs in the family, right?
Yeah, it runs in the like, dude, I had the coolest childhood. Nkula, because there was no DSTV then.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone was watching ZBC. And then she would drop me off at school, and she was the news lady. Oh my god.
That was so cool.
Oh, I was the coolest kid in school. Nyakutshela.
Like I was sitting Omasalwami.
Yeah, Masalo. So I would get in, ngangene moteni, and then like they would be standing there and they would tell me on my way to the car, ask her to wave at us. I was like, what, grade 3, grade 4. So I would get in and I would say, Mommy, they said wave. And then she waves. And driver, I was like, I'm that guy.
And I feel like back then, he influenced lokuba maybe umuntu maybe celebrity. Like back then gogule impact because they would only see her like Gawan konapa.
Right.
Garesa kusa fun because sesichona go TikTok.
Exactly. I
Sometimes
know now it's not, but it's. I think it's better that way though.
Yeah,
it's better that way.
Abantu babekwazi.
You know, yeah, so that people's heads
Don't you
come
think
back to life.
Don't you think maybe abantu bangakubona kakhulu bakudelela?
That's where your talent has to be a thing now. If you're good at what you do, then because it's a job. This thing, whether it's music, it's acting, it's a job.
Yeah.
There are people who do, like Denzel Washington said it best. Like it's not a big deal. This thing that we do. To be quite honest, like you get the science of making people laugh. Yeah, okay. Dog, a family's outside, and you are in there operating on their child, and there's a 5% chance of this thing working out.
Yes.
And all you get is a thank you when this person is done. No pictures, nothing. It's just a thank you. You've saved a life. Or an engine goes out, you're carrying 300 people. Engine goes vroom, and tower says, hey, you got to land this plane, bro.
Yes.
You understand? So it's like, the more we treat this, it's just a job. That's
a job,
all it is. Like,
But I feel like with what you do, it comes with some level of intelligence. Because I think ukuthi uzukhulume something and abantu bahleke, bro. Angeke ukwenze lokhuyana udala.
now every time I see a comedian die, I'm gonna think of you. Wait, can you? Wait, you know what will be fire? We need to make this a thing. If we can cut out the clip of what you've just said, and then we'll go around looking for clips of comedians dying. After they die, we insert your clip.
I think it's njalo ke bokusha. But before ngikubuza upbringing I was saying ukuthi we had your sister coming in here. Bemfuna ukubuza, like, are you a protective brother? Because I know obhuti laba now abavela abafuni kuza. Are you that type of a brother thi ulezinje eziyi-20 endlini?
Am I? Yeah. I am. But then
Yes.
the mess up is they were taught to be opinionated. So, like, even when I try, like, especially the one you interviewed, she'll answer quick, fast. Pendula lapo. No, but why? You're like, Jesus Christ. Okay. So it's but it's protectiveness, but as well they're adults. So let them be. They make their mistakes. We're there to clean it up, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, plus I feel like sometimes uqakathekile ukuthi umuntu umekela aziphilele impilo yakhe sharp.
Right.
Experience ama mistakes akhe, because life at the end of the day.
Right.
Akula mpilo perfect.
No, true. Jordan Peterson said, whenever kids are doing something dangerous responsibly, let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're doing something dangerous recklessly, then stop it. But you know the way sakhula ngayo, ungakuvela udobha screwdriver. Beka phansi uzalimala. It's like, no, watch and see ukuthi wenzani. If they're being reckless with it, then yes. So I think the same concept for me. I use it with my sisters. Like, I see, all right, you're okay. Then if it's going out of hand, then we step in.
And in terms of like the upbringing, abadala abadala was strict endlini or
on me. Yeah.
They were strict on you.
On me. They were strict on me. But they were strict on me. They were a bit more lenient on the one after me, called Langa. And then Begiwe runs the house. Like
I'm a last born.
She does what she wants. Like today, she left saying she's gonna go buy a charger. She was gone for 3 hours. Like, she does. I could never. Get into the car. I needed to have an affidavit. Proof of residence.
Still numbers.
Yeah. It was, So, but like, I think it goes with age.
Yeah. Babengasela energy lana ukutraba. Uyabona phela sometimes usumkhangela umasalo ngendlela react ngayo to maybe ukudelelwa ngumntwana. Uthi
Right.
Like
mina ngesikhathi
uyamphendula, like the fact that uyamphendula vele.
Yeah. My mother used to give me a look. Then you'd know.
Uthi lapha sen.
Yeah, all right. She hardly ever said Nzachelu babako. No. That is an extreme now. That is when the school has said something.
Yeah.
But Tina see, wayengikhangela nje ngivele ngazi ukuthi
ubonza lapha sokuyilahlile la. Ngikuze usithi awungezwa, like nxa sikhuluma ubungezwa lobo sikhuluma ngalo beyano bokuthi wow izinto ezinje ukutshontsha ichukela lokhana kukhona vele into esizenzayo obakho ubungezwa babu, like some certain level engajayelekanga.
No. It was half and half. I was a habitual boundary tester. Yeah, that was my thing. I was the things that they would say, especially when I started learning how to drive. Yes, then that became my thing. I wouldn't necessarily steal the car to vroom, but I would tamper with it. So it would be known he was in here. You know what I mean? And then, like my father discovered that I ride bikes when he got home and the bike wasn't there. Yeah, and then he was like, "Where's the bike?" And my mother was like, "No, Pumile." And it's like, "Does he ride?" He's like, "Yeah, he rides." Then from there he sat me down and said, "Okay, tell me, how does a bike work?" And I said, "No, it works like this. The accelerator's this side, clutch is here, gears there." Then it was like, "Oh, okay." Then he would do little things to make sure I am in line. I think after about a month, umtutu wafa. And then he,
Yeah, it's fine.
there we go. Then he said, let's go pick it up. So I thought I'm going to drive back. And then I was like, no, Kata, I want to see you ride. So that he knows that I know what I'm
like
doing.
you
Yes,
do.
yeah. So it's little. I was a boundary tester.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I was.
But do you remember like about discipline corner like
Oh yeah.
usasencane into awenzeni?
So I think it. I don't know if we're allowed to have
No,
this.
it's fine. It's fine.
I think it. So mina Ndebele grew up in Harare.
Okay.
Right, grew up in Harare. So in Harare, they didn't teach Ndebele in class. I don't know if they're doing it now or was still quite tribalist. Because Shona's taught here.
Is it?
Shona is taught in schools here.
Depends, I think.
I think some of the schools,
Some
yeah.
of the schools, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Some of the
there was no Ndebele then. I don't know if it's there now. So what would happen was our next door neighbors, I would then, for Shona homework, go there.
Alright.
Right. For Shona homework, I would go there. They would assist me with homework back home. So on this day, I haven't done. I was also an habitual no homework doer. So on that day, I haven't done my homework. But in my mind, my folks don't check Shona homework.
Yeah.
So when they get there, like, yo, did you do homework? And I said, no, we didn't have homework. We just had Shona. And my father was like, are you telling the truth? And I said, yes. He was like, where did you do it? I said, no, I did it next door. Like, they helped me. And I knew he wouldn't check because he wouldn't know what to check. So he was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Let your phone. And then it was the landlines. So I had to go pull it from where it was. And
Inanabukizifike lapho umdala
ifike
ehleli
lapha
khona.
ahleli khona. And this is 7:30 p.m. He dials next door, Pendula. But xoxa with the timer one next door. Then he asked, sorry, Q said he came over for Shona homework. Can you just ask from the girls there if he did come and do his homework? And they said, Q, we haven't seen Q in over a month.
How?
God damn it. Yeah, so he hung up the phone, and I remember he's like, you know what to do. I said, I do. I took the phone, put it back where it stays, and I went and I waited for him in our bedroom. And yeah, after supper he came. Saxoxa nje hayi singamadoda nje.
And I feel like
Saxoxa nje kancane. Hayi akulokho tokutheni nje.
I feel like akulandi ebuhlungu nje ukuthi like nxa ngumntwana ukwazi ukuthi kule beating oyimelele.
Bruh.
That was the most painful thing. Like, you know what is coming.
Hey.
That's why death row is such a cruel thing, bro.
Yeah.
We experienced it in childhood, though, knowing it's coming. And now everyone in the house is messing with you. They just come open the door for no reason. and you're thinking it's him. And then they say, all right, yeah, I'm Then they close the door and they leave. It's like,
Mina ngomdala ke mbona mbhankile manje isemsebenzini so yathi igadi yathi sweet nebe ngubona ntambama
yes,
ngo
the
10
whole
ekuseni
day.
bro
Ilanga lonke
Just
ntshona
waiting
ucabanga.
ikade lapho beyangangichayi
Yo,
Ungaba lo mnyama endlini kube labantu labana abathanda ukuhleka nje. Atwitche vele athi wenzeni ke.
that was the thing. That was the thing. That's what I was going through. Yo, bafike bevula umnyango. Kanti wena la uqambelana man.
Wenzeni?
Listen, that's not helping right now. Just let me bruh. Yo. No, there was a couple of those that
And I think okuwesi futhi lo kanti nxa sebe ku discipline lapha bethamba ukukha wena uswazi.
Yeah.
eish
Lo kana kwa awkward.
Yeah.
Because at the same time mansiya
Sikhona
ukuswazi ansoke mina ngihambe ngi dope last number lapha.
Right.
Bethu uyadlala wena. But two maybe one of your siblings.
Who'll go and get the
real deal.
AK-47
Yeah.
of Swaz. yes. Vele ubonto ngakubona kudala nje wena uthi uyangizonda. But it was, that's the battle that I have now to say, will I spank my kids?
Yeah, because I was about to ask you, do you think that way of parenting esikhule ngayo thina esikhulise ngayo is it something obona ngani uzayi apply endlini yakho?
I think the difference is knowing where our parents got it wrong is they treated us all the same.
Yep.
Right? Without knowing that they birthed a fish here, the firstborn, they birthed a lion with the secondborn, they birthed a chicken with the thirdborn. To them, they just thought all of us are one.
They're the same. Yeah.
And so I saw it with my parents. Like with me, they were very disciplinarian, but with my sister after me, she's very chilled. She's the one sitting over there. She's very chilled. So they didn't do that with her because there was no need for it. So if she would fuck up, they would talk to her. And she would understand, just, oh, okay, I wasn't understanding shit. It's like, oh, I did it, all right, I'll do it again. And, so if you are going to apply the way that we grew up, apply it to the correct child. Often uswazi, yes. Ongalfuniyo, then adjust.
But manje is one of the siblings or totally that kind of treatment from abadala. How do you then feel when you're now seeing ukuthi ama siblings alandela wena abatholi the same treatment when uyithola?
Because kids were also smart, remember? We're smart. So I knew ukuthi lo right, lo ulungile. Mina ngizwa.
Wena awuzazi.
Yeah, uyabuzazi ukuthi mina ngisangene nje. Lo right lo. So it's like that. Also it goes to treating kids like humans. Do you get what I mean? Like treating them like humans and seeing them umbono umuntu ukuthi no man uyazwisisa lo nxa ngikhuluma la. Whereas the blanket punishment that you would find in our era growing up, you could have told me this, like in unchailan, like you could have told me put it down. I would have put it down and not picked it up. Explain. You see, so it's that. So I never had any resentment if they were doing the same things I was doing. Kodwa bengatholi the same treatment I was getting. Then yes, but they were well behaved. Mina ngiyasihlanyela nje ngiyale. So I got it. Oh, all right.
Like a few weeks back, besikhuluma after my O-level results esephumile laphana.
Right.
Spongu khuluma pass rate. Abantu bekhuluma my experiences abo, like
right.
bethatha ama results. And now you have mentioned ukuthi you were not book smart.
No.
So I want to know like, do you remember the time lapho wathatha khona ama O-level results akho, like for the first time?
Yeah.
What happened?
Hey, bro. It was like, and the dude kept insisting, yeah, so Assam. I'm like, nigga, you know what we're gonna go face, bro. Like, why are you so? But they were very chill about it, and almost to say, not that they were expecting it, but they knew that it's not something I would take lightly as well. Because the one thing, like if ever I were to run for office, it wouldn't happen. But if I were to, like the executive orders that Trump was signing.
Yeah, he has been signing it.
He's been signing them, bro. He's been signing them. Antu bonu to katili aid. Ama ARV aseko free anymore.
Into zokudabula.
Inwele sesizabona abanye babecatsha amaphilisi. Inwele sesizabona. Yeah, relaxa zodwa. Uyazibona inwele ozibona ukuthi aziyange salon lezi.
Lena phela
Iphemile inwele lezi.
So man, lina lintshela ukuthi reason why yakathi sibingasaphemi is because of the aid.
It was the aid. Yeah. People were taking their pills, bro. People were taking their medication. There are people you wouldn't be able to spot. Udala, say chayile. You see,
I saw a statement from the embassy saying they were kind of insinuating that your government can afford this. They were saying gule waiver will continue, but you guys actually need to start like pulling your weight.
No, Mamela, a lot of governments can afford. A lot of governments can afford. This is why I always tell Africans when we're talking about African politics and they're talking about their governments and they say, these guys don't know what they're doing. And I say, no. Once you say that,
they know.
You put them 50 steps ahead of you. They know exactly what they're doing. Everything is by design. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. So they you are right. They can afford.
But in video, I think it's interesting. I was saying the way Trump is doing things now. It's obvious waiting any US so some sort of dictatorship
Yeah.
But the city is doing it the wrong way. Mawufuna ukwenza into leziyana awuhle vele ube direct. Uyabe uthembisa abantu yonke into. Wathembisa amagetsi ukuthi azokahambe. Like mina, I'm for the people here. Yabo. Then ubungasayenza isibani.
Right.
Then masokumele futhi laphana abantu ba decide futhi. Then ubusuthutsha so sithi phela mina. Ndokhe ngikhona laphana ndiyacaba.
Right. Right.
Liyacaba.
You sound like you're talking from experience.
Yeah, me, I know these things.
You know these
like,
things.
I've seen them happen.
Okay.
Kwamanye countries.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without
okay.
mentioning where I stay.
Right.
Yeah, because it might be the country, you never know. But I've seen so many African countries ukuthi like maso kuzaphela lapani ilokuze nini term lapa ilida bisi uyasisithana andiyakwazi i3 lapa
ukuthi senza kanjani.
Ithi hayi man ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngabe yangathi but until nganike esinye isikhathi zasota futhi.
Right.
So Mchito was saying what Trumbull should do that. Angasawethu sabantu athi yena vele say because abantu abakuthandi khona kuyani.
Yeah, no, but I know he would at least ngale we know in 4 years.
Yeah.
He will be out again.
Yeah, baza.
Yeah, he will be out again. Technically, he would have served his 2 terms, but you know, akusoze khulunywe phela uthi waseva one by one. But yeah, I don't see him getting a second term.
But yeah, going back to like the results. Sisithetha ama results lapha siyabona ukuthi things did not go as
Right.
planned. Kwenzakalani khona phana, like what's going through your mind? Because abanye abantu umuntu yashacabanga ukuthi impilo yami siphelile because for some time ku society yethu sikhule sitshela ukuthiwa ungafeyila.
Right.
Sufeyilile.
Yeah.
Like
So which
when kwenzakalani?
Yeah, failing at that time was like the early AIDS. Remember the early AIDS? Like the early one. Like that's how they looked at you when you failed. I was more concerned about relatives. Because then there was a fuck up where a lot of my cousins were like in the same stream.
Okay.
Fuck, did these assholes not pass? So, God damn it. It's like, so it was that. But I think the one thing that was very fortunate about me is it was always spoken about my mind. And no, he's not a stupid kid. It goes back to what we were talking about. To say if I was to sign waivers, the waiver that I would, presidential order that I would sign, one of the first ones is revisiting the curriculum, right? It excludes people who are different. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And the immediate thing to that is, uyadlala, stupid, is what. And it's like, no. So for me, it's dyslexia, right? So very highly dyslexic. We put a book in front, I can't make these words out. Do you get what I mean? So by the time it would take me to read a sentence to myself and understand it, the class is gone. But because the words are so jumbled up for me, I can't. Udhi, ang nansing it, ang confuse it. Angboni ukuthi it's. So in my older years, from watching like YouTube and whatever, I think I was maybe around 17, 18. I started then teaching myself, oh, okay, this is how, tricking my system. Now I read perfectly.
Yeah.
But if that was adopted in the earlier, my formative years, my academic career would have been different. And then I had an aunt, she's late now, Oktwangu Nomalanga. When she was staying with us, when we were doing maths, she would teach me maths using either beans or amache and whatever, arti. Then I get it. Ngenze homework ngedwa ngiqede. Now the fuck up is the next day angifakele beans lezana or amache lawana esakeni lechukela. I had to carry this to school. Then I get to school, we're doing the maths, keeping faggot the skin. The way I know, the way I understand, the teacher hits me. Nyangolisa, ngenzani, da 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 da. Now I'm back to square one, right? But this is how I understand it. You see, so for me, for the life of me, I could never get, like, you know, when you sit back, which is what you're talking about, when you sit back and you think, I could never understand for the life of me how no one picked it up. You get, nobody picked it up. But no, uzwisisa so. So let's keep it like this. Nobody. When why does he have da da da? And then now I'm left standing there like, okay, so ngithini ke manje?
I feel like back then maybe okusenza abadala or even the teachers back then bangakunanzeleli khona was some sort of lack of exposure. Because you see now how people are learning. Like people know things now.
Yeah,
We know too much now.
Yeah.
Like abantu sisikwazi into eziningi.
Yeah.
And you see how even in other countries people operate in terms of their curriculums. Like then you start to notice ukuthi all right sharp. Kube lathi sayenza so because I'm thinking back then esikolo kube i-curriculum ibivumela lama creatives.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I feel like back then beku curriculum ukuthi is either you are a lawyer or you are a doctor or
engineer.
You are
Yeah.
now
You're
group
right.
5 bahle bathi mabhim.
That's it. Yeah.
Like-
they skipped all. They skipped sound engineering. They
Like
bahle
vele-
bathi, yeah.
Bahle bathi mabhim and ongathutsha futhi
And there's nothing wrong with Topama Pim, by the way, if that's what you do.
Yeah, because
it's
it's
so they discriminate.
no, but this society value is not complete.
Yeah.
Like now wonke umuntu like engenzi into ayenzayo. Yabo? I remember when i-video yabo Mkula.
Right, uMkula, yes.
Umkula babesenza ishow yabo leya.
Right,
Then kulamajita I think ayikhanda i-roof.
right.
Like next kwabana babengani baba ngomsindo. Yabo. So abantu sebelalele phela umsindo lawa. Ezingomkula zithi ku.
Right.
Amajita lana khangela. Wathi ya, vele nxa ungafunda ngitholakala khona.
Oh, snap.
Wathi vele utholakala khona mama ungafunda.
Comedically, genius.
Genius, bro.
Genius. On time, on point. Genius. Real time. Genius.
Wathi
Mwah, perfect. The guy on the roof. Yes.
sucabanga bro.
Yes.
Start thinking.
Awucabanga.
Awucabanga ukuthi bare mina utisha ngamchaya ngerekeni. Lanto abadala wesithi kuchaya ngerekeni. Utisha ngerekeni. But yeah, man, I feel like curriculum yethu kube was handled like I'm sure they try to do justice though. Like
I think they are. Yeah, I think they are. It's a lot, even in sports. In primary school, because I was taller. And so in primary school, funny enough, I did okay in my grade 7. But in primary school, going through those motions, I had played basketball a bit. And my dad stopped it. But books, it's taking time, because they are really trying to get me to thingy. The star player, I think, got injured or something. And I remember the basketball coach at the time literally writing to my dad, because I was a weekly boarder.
Okay.
So he wrote a letter to my dad and gave it to me. I didn't know what it was. And gave it to my father when he came to pick me up Friday in Emini to say, we are asking, we need him on the basketball team. Ngayizwa sokuyinto ayikhulumayo with my mom, no, he can't, we need him at home. And that was that. You get what I mean? And that was that. And then there's another incident where I had started getting into music, and one of the instruments I had picked was a saxophone. And they wrote me a letter at school. I was now in high school, to be able to take that instrument home, just so that the parents know I have it in case something happens to it. And we need him to practice. He's got an understanding of this instrument. Got home, same thing. No, books.
do you think your dad was kind of like a bit hard on you when you're growing up?
I mean, look, he was, but understandably so. Putting myself in his shoes, I get it. You get what I mean? You are worried about your kid. How is he going to be able to sustain himself? And what, like you said, the immediate thought is mapim.
Yeah, vele.
Uyabona.
Ikhoko kufika ekhanda.
You see, and that's in the 90s. So you don't have any scope of anything else to say comedies even. Remember, a lot of comedians owe their careers, especially in Africa, to Trevor. Trevor made it okay for any other kid to say, I want to be a comic. Because then parents know of a Trevor. Worse when he went to the States. So now you think in the 90s, there's nothing else. All you know is engineering, medicine, aviation.
I want a blueprint.
So you're worried about your kid. And so now they're saying he has to play basketball. You're looking at your environment. We're in Zim. What is he going to do with that? You want him to play saxophone. at the time, Utuku, as far as we know, from what we knew, it looks like money started being a thing for him later
on, yeah.
You see, so at that time, you're looking at them and you're thinking, yes, what is he going to do with the saxophone? So I understand him. At that moment, then, you're like, yeah, you're upset. But now you grow older. You're like, okay, do I want to be one of those kids that go around saying, I've got trauma? Hey, my parents, I've got childhood trauma. It's like, no.
Because like, I think it's now a trend. I don't know if it's a trend or into enzakalayo sibili ukuthi like ikhona sibili I-trauma bo. But you'd find ukuthi bonke umntwana saying abadala like were too hard on me.
Right.
Like abadala babe.
Because they told you to make your bed.
So we like we abuse.
Abuse, but abuse ansiyayazi. Yeah, nxa bekuthi awubingelelanga bekushaye ngecode yamagetsi. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? There are kids who were abused. The rest, nah, man. Grow up. They told you to wash dishes.
Kuphela.
Relax.
Like,
come on, relax.
It's not that deep.
Nah, they bagwalela ukuthi uphume to go out. My parents wouldn't allow me. Yes, where did you want to go? What were you going to do? You see what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. It's too much now. Everybody has childhood trauma. It's like, I forgot. It's like that whole black tax conversation. Black tax, the people that raised you, that brought you to where you are today.
And when the situation is
we are yours. Black tax, they are taxing you? Come on.
Because I was in Kaila Elisholani, bro. Especially when it comes to the indawo black tax lay.
Right.
You look at ukuthi uzathola ama visitors, bro. Like mina lo nike example ama visitors ukuthi like mina manza like nganza funa abantu bamvakatshele ngikhaya. Mfuna bathole like environment comfortable. Like angiyangeki mina nxa umjito wami ngathi ufuna ukumvakatshela ngikhaya because maybe ngisebenzisa okuyi-TV okuyi-scaftini yabo. But yizi izinto esikhule ngazo abadala babelazo and kadesona usuku-position yokuthi you can change all that. Like I feel like to some extent lokhana vela singeke sikubaleze i-black tax ukulungisa like
fixing the house
lapho vela khona like angeke kube i-black tax.
No, it's not. It's people being full of shit. Your inability to be stern in your boundaries can never be the other person's fault. You get what I mean? Yeah. So if this is what you are saying, like one thing that people always talk about the ZRP about, that where they're stern. And it's known by everybody. So when if you are in a position where you've made it out, you are enjoying a certain data, these are the cards you were dealt. Deal with it. These are the cards you were dealt. Now you set your boundaries to say, Mamela, this is what I can do. This is what I can afford. This is how I can help.
Yeah, I feel like in an honest conversation, ikakathekile yabo.
Yeah.
Like because yabona ama expectations if they are not discussed.
That's it.
Kugcina sokusiba i-resentment. Like abadala abakutshela ukuthi bafunani ba expect.
Right.
Lawo you're saying abadala expectani kimi bengantshela.
Right.
Like lonke alikhulumi. Sikhuluma ku social media phela. Angazi abadala bona maybe bakhuluma kuma WhatsApp group.
Right.
Thina kuthi umntana nama kuyakenzile uthola endlini yabo but thina samba ku social media siyekhuluma ukuthi black tax enye ngakuyaliyo ukuthi stay like ngongeza kube le term black tax ingekho.
Right.
Lamanye ama instances othi awona lapho umuntu lapha sebemthwalisa enzima la.
True.
Like yonke into sibhekane la wena usaqhubeki ngiyakho impilo wena usuphilele unceda abadala yikho lapho sokusiba i problem khona.
Right.
But I feel like for the most part like singa hlala phansi sikhulumelana. Sometimes ubenze ba understand imalola esikhomeni without even telling them how much you have but ubatshele ukuthi okay so what's happening here is mina ngithola $2.
Right.
$2 le mile ngenze mina into ezinje so lina sengilitshelile konke khonokho. How do I then help you?
How do I exactly? That is the and so what I find is a lot of that doesn't happen. You understand?
Yeah.
Also where when the conversation starts happening, it's too late. You've
Yeah.
set a precedence now
Yeah.
that you have to live up to. So karma. Then now you are coming back to say,
Hey.
you get what I'm not excusing those that take advantage. But remember, human beings, not as reality dog, human beings will always treat you the way you allow them to. Always. Always. Human beings will always get away with what they can. It's life.
Yeah.
So set your boundaries, know what you can do, what you can't, communicate it. Angikhoni. Angazi ukuthi lidinga ithole nga. Angikhoni.
Angilayo.
Angilayo
Isimo
guys.
esimo liyasibona ukuthi sinjani.
Angilayo. Angazi ukuthi lidinga ithini. Angilayo. And that's it. You see. So,
Like when did you realize ukuthi you can make people laugh? Like what discovered ukuthi? But you know what? Mina mangikhuluma, there is a certain reaction engithola from the people.
It was always a thing, man, in the house, mimicking funny people. Like the first thing that I ever watched was Kings of Comedy.
Okay.
Bernie Mac, who I think is the greatest, man. Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and Cedric the Entertainer. And so mimicking that and, and whatever. And then it grows into making people laugh. And, there are things that happened before, but
Okay.
I never registered them as that. But at an age where I could realize what the thing was, it was maybe 99, 2000? It was 2000, I think, when that thing dropped. And I must have watched it about 2001. And so, yeah, when you're now just talking crap and people laugh, but I'm actually not even the funniest in the household. The one after me, sure.
But just I think I've noticed actually ukuthi yazi abantu like konke umuntu funny bro.
Yeah.
Like uyakuphilela abantu ukuthi abantu laba bayahlekisa laba bari bona abazazi ukuthi bayahlekisa.
Abazibona.
And like nxa ngimtshela ukuthi but bro yakwazi khona ukukhulumayo.
Yeah. That's true.
I
That's true.
feel like wonke umuntu ule element or lesikhathi sakhe sokuthi abafani.
So ukuthi uba funny. That's
Yeah.
true, bro. That's very true. Like if you go social, like TikTok, dog. Yazi ngilokuhleka sometimes ngihleke ukuthi yes, people are creative, people are funny. But hence why you then can't grow a big head. You get what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
then can't. Dog, it's a thing, Yes, you've managed to monetize it, but it's not a. So no, people are funny out there, bro.
Yeah, abantu bafani.
People are funny
Yeah.
out there. So for me, it was that until finally went to do a show with Lutul Dlamini. He's an uncle of mine. I think you guys are going to talk to him at some
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Then he took me to my first ever stand-up. First ever one. And I did half well, but the other half was so bad.
But law expectani into ekhulumayo
Yeah,
bro.
I bombed.
What did you expect?
I bombed.
It was a Trevor Noah show, right?
Yeah, Trevor was the headline. Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember kahle, wathi wawuse South Africa, ne?
Yeah.
To South Africa. Sengikuqose like sengixoxa stories
right. I'm trying to. I'm also like, oh shit.
wawuse SA.
Right.
Bekuyisikhathi se World Cup, yeah. Fika laphana cricket as you're saying, the first half was okay.
Yeah.
Then you're like, but you guys are not qualifying for
Yeah,
maybe
you're
for
not
the
going
next round.
Dwana. Boo. Yo.
And I feel like lokana kunzima ukuthola like i-reaction yabantu enjalo real time, bro.
Right.
It has an effect,
Yeah.
yabona. Because thina ndiyabona right now all this is pre-recorded. And ama comments you can delete sometimes. Yeah, like Lo, Jela Masimba, lo.
Delete.
lo Jela Masimba, lo angeke ngivumele uzokhuluma idoti nje ku platform yami yabo.
Keep up.
Yeah.
Block.
But I feel like with comedy uyithola real time.
Real time.
Like ubhulo
Yo.
niyamuzwa so.
Yo. And it's the first one. Yo.
Like then how do you then take that like ukufaka ekhanda and go back and say no, I'm going to do this thing again.
It was the first half. Because the first half went well. I was like, okay, there was something there. And then Thuli also gave me like a huge pep talk. Yeah, no, man, Mamela, Lawe, you read the room and, and he's a very upbeat person. So for him, he doesn't, what's the word, man? Nancy Slung. It's Kiwa. Very optimistic.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not a pessimistic person. So very optimistic. So he was, no, look at it this way. So it was, all right, let me try again.
Yeah.
And then I came through. By that time, I then came back to Harare. Joined, I think the guys that were running comedy shows then was Simuka Comedy. And by then it was like, oh, okay, there's a wave here. All right.
Yeah, because we perform live, I think we've once had like a live recording.
Right.
And ukuthi like lapho esasibona khona ukuthi ukhulume something umuntu angahleki ukuthi ish.
Right.
And mina khomana ngizithola no like lapha mpakile la.
Bangenile.
But lapho futhi onye ngangunanzelela ukuthi in terms of just reading the room, you would say something and then nxa ungabona abantu behleka
Like, hammer it.
vele ngenze too much kakhulu.
Yes, hammer it. Yeah, it's called milking.
Yeah.
Milk it. You milk it until they stop laughing, then you know to move on.
Yeah.
So you can do this thing, bro.
I'm a one day.
No, spangeni dog.
Bwante laphana
Asibangeni.
kulokho zenini kusho ka Q laphana mphongo ukuthi 2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes. Okay, so the next show, we're planning to bring someone over. I'll host the headline. So you're going to do 2 minutes.
At Cotton.
Yes, it's going to be here.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be here.
Oh, try.
Siyahleka, noma ungahleki, siyahleka.
But then
Yeah, as long as kuhlekwa.
at least kuyabe kuhlekile.
Kuyakuhleka, yeah, that's it.
And in lokuzwa futhi like kuma shows amaningi ama comedian esithi like whether lehleka lapho alihleki mina sembhadaliwe.
Yeah, sengibhadele.
Embhadaliwe. So lokho kwenu lokho.
Yabona lo uyabezibona uthi lapha
sokuchile la.
Sokuchisa. If you hear a comedian saying, yo, it's crazy, hey? Was it, yeah, he's dying. Once what, yeah, so it's crazy. Eh? Or in the middle of a thing, if you see a comedian crack a joke and then immediately say, so, what's your name? Then you say, aha, uyachisa.
I think ngibona konti like ubona konti ya cheese. Ukhulume wena uhleke wena thina sithu.
Tina, yeah.
Yeah, liyana manje phandle le.
Yeah.
Uhleke ukuthi ha ubone zwi. Abantu
Zero.
sebehleka wena manje. Lapha
Zero.
nayo sesihleka
Yeah.
wena afterwards manje.
Yeah.
It's not
So it's for us, we never care. Like the best time or the best place to be is with comedians at a comedy show, not the show itself.
Yeah.
Chill with comics, especially when someone is dying. You don't understand how much we love it when a comedian is dying on stage.
yeah.
It is the best, especially the funnier you are. So if you're a new act, no, we understand. When you're funny, we know you. You're funny. Think of it as Messi missing a goal.
Yeah.
Because we know how brilliant you are.
Siyakwazi ukuthi like aso mama echongoza hlola.
Yeah. We're going to roast you on that miss.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hilarious. Ntanga. Yo. It's so funny, bro.
But then when you decide ukuthi all right, now I'm doing comedy, abadala, how do they react to into enjalo? Because I know in African setup Kokena Teskuluma,
Yeah.
but back then abadala expected you to be a lawyer,
Right.
a doctor,
Right.
accountant.
Right.
Those were the like the top 3. Yeah, but then I'm also Twisha Laban saying, hey, Batala, I think I'm not doing this.
Right.
How do they react to that?
I think because I started as a TV presenter, right? So I started as that, and my umama working for the national broadcaster as a news reader, weather and whatever. It kind of made sense. I think maybe for Itopi, it was like, is there a certificate that goes with this thing that he can then take elsewhere? But because his wife and my mom had studied PR and then went on and she did a master's, but then went on to work in broadcasting as a broadcaster. That was now just her talent. So for him, it was like, okay, I see it. But remember, you have a degree in PR and a master's. What does he have? You know, so once we got past that, it was like, okay, sharp. When the recognition started coming, it was like, oh, okay, cool. And then you start traveling, and then it's like, oh, okay. Then a Trevor happens. And then it's like, oh, all right. By then it was what? Daywalker. Daywalker is first one. And it's like, oh, okay, this thing is a thing. And it goes from there, especially for us ngapezin.
Out of curiosity, like, who's your mom, bro? Because Ndogenguzo City Umasalo really introduced you guys to
the thing.
To this, like
Busi Dube.
Busi Dube.
Yeah, Busi Dube. But she was in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in the 90s.
I'm sure about Dala, but like awalalele ba
yeah, most likely, yeah. Busi Dube, yes. That's who she was. So she did the news.
The time I we crash at him.
Yeah.
We are
As if jealous
ubamncane wami, my father's younger brother, wayefunda eSolusi at the time. So ufunda eSolusi, and they're watching TV in the hall. People thought he was lying when I was like, no, that's my brother's wife. Like, namanga wena. It's like, guys, I'm telling you, that's my brother's wife. But angeke.
But I was
It's one of those, bro. It's one of those. But yeah, you come a long way with the thing. You come a long way with it. So now they're cool with it. Yeah, 100%.
It's very sharp. Like, njengoba like usukhulile yabo usuku age okiyo gareso.
Yeah.
What were the lessons or like kwazifundayo ebadaleni? Sungabe like kwafunda ku like kumdala okumasalo, like yini owayifundayo kiwo olokhu apply till this day?
Shit. That's a dope question.
Yeah.
That's a dope question. That's fire.
Nah, you're dying. No?
That's fire.
You're dying.
I'm dying. So, what's your name? It's fire. Hey, it's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
I think the one thing that they didn't, so it's one thing they taught directly, and then one thing they didn't teach directly, but I picked up. One thing that they taught directly is kindness and respect, and always lead with kindness, always lead with respect. The people around you bayahlonitshwa, but also stand up for yourself. I don't know how they did it, but they always made sure they balanced the two. So I walk with that. I lead with it. It takes so much energy to be a mean person. Just be nice to people, bro. Just be nice, man. It's like, if you can't be nice, be respectful.
Yeah, because I think people are just going through the most, bro.
Yeah.
For you to be rude in jail for no reason, like,
Done.
just relax, bro.
Akula magetsi, akula
Awula
manzi.
manzi. Yazi ipain ukuthi funa ukhona ukucharger e-toilet awuflash.
Yey. Selala discuss amanzi.
Ndoda.
Amanzi sephela la. It's a sign of telling each other, ukuthi guys, asilimitheni ukukaka la ngoba that's what it is. The conversation around water is just to tell each other, yo, hold it.
Especially endlini.
Abadala basahlonipheki nje. Umdala ngathi uthwele ibhayithi sekwasilisa
Sesikwazi
ukuyenzana etoilet. So like, and then you just go and be mean to people like that. It's like, nah, bro. It's just be nice to people.
Times
man.
are tough,
You know. And then the second thing that they imparted without knowing that they're doing it is planning. Right? Planning.
Being organized.
Yeah, being very organized, being very intentional about the things that you want to do and how that for me is something that I carry that they don't know. You know, because I'm seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
Then the things that because they're retired now, the things that they were doing then, and you know, it seemed like it. Now it's like, if you hadn't done that, I don't know what would be.
Because ezinye izinto, I feel like abadala ezinye izinto si appreciate us as khulile. Because like growing up laphana, like going but too hard, like on us sometimes. But mina, I now look back ngikhangela abadala indlela abangikhulisa ngayo. Bengikhuluma efonini like with this other friend of mine the other day sithi mina karezi bro. Mina ngikwanisi kulele endlini lemgane wagezwanga.
Right. Things like that.
Like izinto ezinjalo and mase ngizinanzelela like sengisebantwini sengikhona mboni.
Right.
But no. Abazali laba banceda la. Like abazali banceda. Kungayisikho khona okuvele bro like angasoke vele
It's
dog.
either you would have been this person or you would be saying, I've got trauma. I've got childhood trauma. It's like, fuck, man.
Trauma, bro. You have openly shared deeply painful experiences about being sexually harassed as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you think a situation in Atlanta did to you as a child, or even like the effect that it had on you as an adult?
It was look, as a child, some of these things you don't pick up on them immediately. You kind of know it's not right, it's not supposed to be happening, but you don't see the effects until when I started getting into my early 20s, all I would go for was older women. That was my thing, like older women, and I had a high success rate in hooking up. Yeah, it's like I actually would have a tougher time talking to girls my age than I would with older women.
This is Gokwan.
Yeah,
How old? Kula muntu ongabambekiyo njengomfana usethola isigogwane.
Like age gap playing guy.
No, it wasn't crazy. It
wasn't crazy.
Maybe in my early 20s, they would be in their mid 20s to 30s, maybe early 30s.
Yeah, okay.
It was
That's
playing
actually,
around.
that's actually. Like,
It was playing around there.
that's actually.
But bro, how do you process such trauma? Because like I know for a fact, so many gents have been sexually harassed, especially
sexually assaulted.
At an early age.
Yeah.
But the time kusenzakala maybe you were not aware ukuthi you were being assaulted.
Yeah.
Yabo discover sukhulile ukuthi. But no man, this thing was not right.
Right.
Yabo and amajita amaningi like indlela a-reacta indlela abatreata ngayo abafazi abanye. Unfortunately like kuvelela khona pha.
Yeah.
But then how do you deal with ama traumas anjalo? Like have you addressed them or you're like man?
No. That's the beauty of comedy. Because remember, comedy, we're vulnerable.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? That's the beauty. Hence why I always say stand-up saved my life. Because it's such a vulnerable... Me being in South Africa talking about being a Zimbabwean, that's a vulnerability. Because I know how we are looked at and I'm addressing it. So comedy forces you to face things, right? Or if not face them, at least acknowledge them.
They happened.
They happened. They are there, you know. So that was the thing that really assisted me now. Hence why now even comfortable in talking about it. But in terms of in my adult years and in my coping with it, it's looking at the bigger, not the bigger picture per se. I don't know how to put it. It happened. There are people that go through worse. And for me, what's the route I'm taking? So am I someone who's going to talk about it and conscientize those coming? Because like you said, I find it very, very odd that almost every guy has a story about being sexually assaulted by an older woman at a young age. But no woman has ever done it. Do you get what I mean? No woman has ever done it.
Admit.
No, they'll never admit to it.
Admit into njalo, bro.
They're all very quiet about it. So for me, it's like, no, let's talk. Let's talk. And I always tell, like, even stop walking around naked in front of your kids. That's sexual assault. Stop doing that. Stop doing it in front of your boys. Yegani. And if you look at a lot of comment sections online, the way women defend that shit, it's like, what are you talking about?
Because
Like the craziest I saw teacher like some wild shit. And then the comments are like, hey, abantwana bakhona la vele bayabegangile khulisana abantwana benu kuhle bayabonana kumisa like guys.
You see, but you can't say that.
Yeah.
It's excusing. It was like stop doing that. So we need to protect the kids that are coming up. Like I don't care for adult issues. I don't like men's issues, women's issues. I don't. I care for kids because that cycle breeds the adults that we then have. Right, and so fixing things at that level is what we need to do. And I'm very, very vocal because I know what it did, and I consider myself lucky that I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to navigate through it. But like you're saying, the gents that can't, what happens to them? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, who do they become? I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it excuses what he did, but it was revealed that R. Kelly went through child molestation at a young age. It's not an excuse for who he then became. That's not what I'm saying. But if we're tracing, if it is true, then you have to look at that. And if this thing is going all the way that side, I'm talking about it all the way here. You're saying a lot of gents, we need to talk about it. Stop it. Stop abusing kids. Just let kids be kids, man. Yeah.
But then how do we like tackle a situation in Jalo, considering that some of our machita have already experienced it, like so good really.
Yeah.
How do we address in terms of machita as a big experience like our situations how do we deal with them? Like, do we maybe organize our meetings as our gents silent passes and how do we then address it for a boy child or dangers which are experiencing the same thing?
So for us as adults, hey doc, there are certain things like therapy. That thing works, bro. But this openly talking about it.
Have you been to therapy before?
Yeah, I've been. But openly talking about it, it needs to be a talked about thing. It shouldn't be a taboo. Because I think that's the thing amongst us as gents. It's not a taboo. Hey guys, I was sexually assaulted as a kid. It happened. I'll beat your ass if you step up to me. If you think that is a reflection of who I am as a person, try me.
Yeah.
You'll see that, oh shit, that's different. This is what I always tell even homophobic people. Stop going around fighting gay guys or trying to poke gay guys. They are men. They'll beat your ass, bro. They'll beat your ass. Dog. 1v1. Oh, dog. So it's that, but we take those things to mean they're a reflection of masculinity. They are not a reflection of masculinity. It's something that happened to me at a time where I had no control. I've grown and become the person I am today, sharp. So if we are open about it, to say, no, gents, you're not the only one. You know what I mean? You're not the only one. It happened. It was fucked up. It was wrong. Now, to the kids that are happening, my thing is never ever separate your girls from your boys. They are the same thing. They are children. You get what I mean? They are kids. Never ever do that. That's a boy. That's boys don't cry. Or girls. No. No one is treated above the other. No one is, as long as they are kids, bonking amakanda. You get what I mean? Like the girls are the ones that, no. Even the boys go through that. As they grow and they form into who they become, nature takes its course. And that's the thing about nature. It takes its course and people start by themselves figuring out what they like and their testosterone starts to kick in and all of those things. But there are things that you've imparted in them as kids. You've imparted empathy. You've imparted kindness, expression. They're able to tell you as a kid. If you're telling young kids, Uti, Mamela, boy, no one is allowed to touch you. The same thing that you tell to girls. No one is allowed
because
to
I feel like I'm much like into le ngani yabona nanzelela amajita impilo lesi freestyle entweni eziningi.
Akakhulu.
Iku freestyle even when it comes to I feel like abantu mase bekhulile even sexual relations bro. When first encounter overlayo or sibili alright you're at an age where usuzenzela ama decisions.
Yeah.
Wawukwazi ukuthi kumele ufike kwenzeni.
No. You had no idea.
And I feel like it's something okumele like kube normal ukuthi like let's have a conversation.
Well, at age.
Yeah.
If it's at age, yeah.
Yakwenza ukuthi
Yeah. If it's at age, then cool. But abantwana besakhula. No. Smother those boys the same way you smother those girls because they have to know what love is. What is love? What is affection? What is consideration? What is priority? What is that? Right? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Because then you treat these people hard. Hard to the point where when things happen to boys, they can't tell you, what did this happen to me? They have to deal with it themselves. Then they go meet a Nomatemba at 23, and all of a sudden they are supposed to understand love. They're supposed to understand empathy. Guys, it's not sustainable. So from that, when these kids are kids, smother them the same way you smother girls.
I mean, I think, bro, in the process of advocating for gender equality, which is we're saying, mjita, lo cherry, bafazi, lamadota, equal.
Yeah.
I feel like in the process of trying to achieve that, so kube situation ukuthi there is a higher percentage of care esihamba kakhulu to the female lokuze nini, neglecting ukuthi amajita lawo.
Yeah.
It's just saying ukuthi nxa ungumntwana ongumfana ukhula abadala ba expect ukuthi antwana uzazibona.
Yeah, that's,
Like,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
The moment sometimes Futi you start like being outspoken about the boy child, they start like slapping you with the stats. They're like, hey, 1 in 1,000 girls, hey kumbe I'm a repay 100,000, only 3 are for men. But you're like, no guys, the world is not binary as we would want it to be. It's not black and white. Like multiple things can be true at the same time. So we can address all those things. Doesn't mean mina
No, but remember, the conversation around the rape is very skewed until all the boys that were assaulted go and report.
Exactly, that's another factor.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that stat for me is not a stat that I entertain.
Yeah. Because
I don't
like,
entertain it.
I feel like only a few have actually
Yeah.
boys took the step of like of
addressing
reporting.
Yeah.
Because do you see how ama memes now, bro, are flight like like ungahamba a police station right now.
Yeah.
Uhambe uye report ukuthi umfazi uyinchayile.
Yeah.
Kulama meme lama jokes uzosokuthiwa masibuko
Right.
osala.
Uthi bakwenze.
Pinda. Uthi bakwenzeni?
Right. You see?
Already vele street as a joke.
There's a joke, yeah. That's what it is. But that, I think, as adults, we can fix that, right? And change that. In terms of when it comes to the kids, yes, there are a lot of girl kids that are sexually abused, and it's a disgusting number. It's the same with boys. Hence why almost every gent that you talk to was sexually assaulted as a child. But women, they've never.
No.
Oh my gosh. No, you do it. You do it.
Yeah, they do it.
They've done it. You do it. You watching. They do it behind closed doors. If we were to talk to our nephews right now and say, what have you seen and who showed it to you? You'll be shocked at who they point at. Try it in your family. Talk to your nephews and say, what have you seen and who showed it to you? Or even who touched you. Watch who they point at. You will be so shocked, my dog.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
We're dying.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
yeah, you die.
So, bro, like you, for the most part, what color your career this side and
Right.
Zim?
Right.
When do you decide to go to SA?
Dog. When I was fired from Power FM. I love Power FM, man. Shout out
And
to
then was a radio
I was-
station, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
man. Hey, I was fired, bro. Like I was fired during the show.
What's about too many message?
They fired me during. They sent this cat called Tinashe Chikuse. shout out to Tinashe. They sent him to say, hey, tell him that after this shift.
Asabuyila.
Yeah, Angasabui. They fired me, man. That's
Yes.
when I was like, hey, you know what? Let me pivot. I think it's time. You know, because I had done everything that could be done. And I think at that point, I was also, there was some politics that was happening at the place itself. It wasn't going well. But then because of that frustration, I was now fighting the system, if it were. And it didn't work in my favor.
Yeah.
So they had, I don't know if I should say it, but whatever. They had headhunted my mom to come back to, what you call it, to the broadcast.
To the waves, yeah.
As programs manager. So she's on her end. Right? She gets the call, would like to see you. Can you come and be programs manager and da da da. I'm being headhunted to come and do breakfast
Okay.
at Power FM. So it's like, all right, cool. So at home, it's like, yo, dope, da da da. Yeah. But at the institution, it's like, angeke. Did you know that's his mom? Because remember, she's new, right? So it's new broom, new person, new broom. And then there's this new breakfast show that's happening. So it seemed like this
Nepotism.
is exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it wasn't.
I'm a connection.
So now it started feeling that way.
Yeah.
In the treatment, especially of her. Where I'm also now like, screw it then. If you're treating my mother like this,
Footek.
until they then told me deuces.
Yeah.
Then after that, it was like, yeah, okay, let me pivot
Move to
out.
SA.
Yeah, let me pivot out. and
Like
go.
as a Zimbabwean comedian living in SA, do you feel the pressure of representing your country well?
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen you would find I'll make reference to Ulen Moore, who is in the States. You would find some of the jokes are khulumayo ngale bahleka ngale, but the people this side are saying baba
Right.
lokho khulumayo lokho asikwazi thina ngapha lokho.
Right.
iZimbabwe yiphi leyo khuluma ngayo le sizibona ukhuluma ngayo? Like, do you feel the pressure of like representing your country well ukuthi abantu abasoke basole this side?
No, it's that is like, I know where your question is going, but that is I know exactly where you're going.
You're priming him, no?
It is a thing in terms
Really
of from
priming him.
the stand-up side. It is like, yeah, you know. So one of my jokes when I'm talking about being from Zim, like one of my openers is I like how they always introduce me and say I'm all the way from Zim, like I walked here, right?
All the way.
Yeah, all the way. Like I walked the dog. We've got flights too. I flew. You know what I mean? That is a way in and of itself of Lingankai Lil Pants. That's the representation. Then there are other things that obviously serve as just comedy. You know, where I say I'm from Zim, so that means I'm not going back. That is, it's a comedy piece, but the initial stamping of I flew here, like, and there's sometimes I extend where I say I have a man bag and a hat. You know, this is privilege. So I say things, but just to cement that no, where we're from, Singabantu, we're cool. We're not a representation of our political situation or economic rather situation, but that's that. But it is very important. Yeah, it's very important. That representation is very important.
Amanqofu wenthi mina nihlakaniphile and ngisuke ngikuhambise khona phakathi ubone ngani ngizakuhambisa khona.
Right.
Sithe sibuya lapha kulokhu zenene ku podcast la.
Right.
Into esispray le perfume.
Yeah, but you see, I knew you were. I knew you were.
Spray leyo. But anyways,
since the roll on drive.
I knew. Oh my gosh, I very ngazile.
Anyways,
all this time without.
Anyways, bro, that's not even the point. Like, how do you handle like negative comments, specifically on social media? Seeing ukuthi we're now at an age where we say something, we post, I want to say what they say. And again, what's your take on the cancel culture?
So, true. Okay, dope question. So, in the comment space is, bro, you you'll argue with someone. Have you seen that meme of a guy? It's the dirtiest room you've ever seen. Ulele, and then he's got his feet in the air, but they're black.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and then it's like me arguing with you in the comment section. It's such a true reflection, bro.
Yeah.
People will sit on that keyboard or on their phone and type the most heinous thing, and you take it and run with it. Don't do that. Leave it. And it's not a reflection as well of the trajectory of your career. You can post a poster of your show and it gets 1,000 likes and 69 comments and 20 people show up. You know what I mean? A lot of political parties face that. They face it, bro. They on social media, they think they're popping until voting comes, and then the numbers. You're like, what happened? We have no idea. It's like, it's social media, Antoine. It's just this, bro. It's just this. You press that thing, and then the heart goes red, and then it takes nothing from me. The campaign is going well until voting when they announce. Dog. So it's that. But cancel culture is, I think it's, that we fuel cancel culture but not saying things. You get what I mean? Like we fuel it by not, but because you are scared as well to face the thing, we are tool. Ngizingeni. You get what I'm saying? You see, it's only when things, it's like, for instance, Tall Ass Mo. He went through what he went through, and it's only on the tail end where the case was dropped. It's like there's nothing here. Now everyone comes out. Everyone in there. Ngamanga. This is what why didn't you say it? Say it. Yeah, so like for me, things of that nature, my answer is always I wasn't there. I wasn't there, guys. I was not there. An accusation comes out. I hope the law takes its course. Anga's next. Which is the truth.
Yeah.
I was not there. I don't know what happened. What I can tell you is I hope the truth comes out. I hope the law takes its course sharp.
You have spoken about being scared of becoming a parent. Is this still a thing? Like, local sesawa, and what fuels over scared? Like, usavane, bro.
Hey, the world is cruel, bro. Hey, the world is cruel, bro. Like, imagine even the stuff that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Will I do the right thing? Will I be there? Will my child be able to tell me when there's something wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? How do I balance all of these elements and not have my child complain about me later down the line? I don't want my child to talk about me like that. So that's where the fear comes from. And then will I be able to protect against everything else? So I constantly have to remind myself that, you are taking care of yourself. You're taking, it's like he'll be fine or she'll be fine. But will I be able to? You know what I mean? So it's those worries that I have. Working through them, therapy again. You work through them and you figure it out as you go. But the most in his or her formative years, will I be able to provide everything? And everything is not a mansion. It's not luxury cars. It's knowledge. It's love. It's care. Will I be able to do that? And then given what I went through at school, will I be able to know what to do if my child faces the same fate I had? Am I going to be patient enough to work that? Or I'll take, certain routes. But I also then say I've got more information now, so maybe I will be able to navigate it. So it's just those little fears here and there.
Penxa kunye wesaba amankazana phela yey.
Ini?
Amankazana.
Yeah, me, I'm a virgin, me.
Kunzima. Vele bengakafiki khona.
Oh,
Manje won't vele
no,
wena ulitsotsi.
I'm a virgin. I am a virgin. I
Kubathi
don't.
mepenxa usaba ukuthi indlela abangaku treata ngayo yabona iyabi because when
Me, I'm a child of God.
yeah
I'm a child
of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll pray after this, don't worry.
Actually, let's cool it.
Hello. How are you? You good?
But
Nice.
in closing, bro.
Yes, sir.
Looking at what you've done,
Yeah.
career-wise, the decisions you've made, what advice would you give to your younger self? I know this is not a common question in an African context.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean when you're saying I should advise myself, but
Right.
I like sesidlulile.
Right.
But
Right.
for the sake of other people that understand this kind of questions, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Your dreams are valid. Awuhlanyi. You're okay. Right. Awuhlanyi, your dreams are valid. I think my advice would be more to parents. Concentrate on your kids. Nurture what it is that they say. They want to be, who they are. Nurture it and provide 100% of what they need to be their full selves in that thing. Do you get what I mean? If your child wants to be a musician, fuck it. Let's go. If they want to be an artist, let's go. If they want to be a mechanic, let's
do
go. Asambe. Like, what do you want to do?
Unfortunately,
And
OnlyFans,
let
yeah.
them...
OnlyFans.
Huh?
Let's do it.
Unfortunately, OnlyFans.
Ini?
OnlyFans.
Huh?
OnlyFans.
Huh?
That's OnlyFans win.
I've got
Yeah,
no
what?
idea. What's OnlyFans?
Like illegal download your Koningom.
Ingo. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
Latest.
musicians.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called OnlyFans.
Don't worry, I'll plug you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Now we need a
okay.
lama recommendation on my artist food.
Really? Like who? Local ones.
Manasbo.
Local.
Local. Do we have local?
We don't have local artists
there?
on OnlyFans.
The
We
local
do?
artist.
Ako na local artists go OnlyFans.
Who do we have on OnlyFans?
Who do we have?
No, I want to support local. Who do we have on
Who do we have?
OnlyFans?
We are Maz.
Kuloban.
Uba.
Yeah,
you tell us
Kiki
from-
though.
Kiki
Kiki
support
Badass is on OnlyFans, right?
Local.
Kiki Badass is on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kiki, the girl that did Makate and she was dancing, she's on OnlyFans.
100%. Yeah.
Yo, can
Yeah,
we
I
end
wanna
the
watch your
show? I
music.
need to go home. Like I need to go Google something. Like, I need to go Google. Sorry, ma'am, what's your name? Who's she? No, you don't have to tell me her name, but who is she? What does she do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a co-host.
Oh, she's a co-host.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm supposed to be recording something after.
Oh, so you're here for the second show.
Yeah.
Ah,
But
I see.
otherwise, Q Dube, my brother. Thank you very much
Appreciate you.
for joining.
Always.
This has been a good one. I don't know. May I enjoy it?
No, I enjoyed it very
enjoyed
much.
it.
I enjoyed it very much. And when we were talking about other local comedians, stop stealing jokes.
Yeah.
Stop stealing jokes.
Hey.
There's a joke of mine that I saw. I didn't know my joke had a passport.
How?
I saw it in a different country.
Kati kule plagiarism.
And people sent it to me. They were like, Q. And I reached out to the person and I said, yo.
So, bro, what do you do? Like, good situation in Jalo. Do you go the legal route of
No.
addressing things, or you're
I
like, my brother, Lawe?
I went the social media route. Then I deleted after that. Yeah. But yeah, stop stealing jokes. Yeah, you know. So I'm sure by that you can tell, because there's a couple of who are out the country.
But I know. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, my brotxa. We thank God that you did not die of COVID-19.
Yo, I almost went,
you
bro.
are here
I'm
now.
still here, dog.
Abantu nxa befuna ukudinga, because maybe let's say someone right now is
Right.
seeing you for the first time.
Right.
Bakuthola ngaphi? Sikubukela ngaphi? Social
Right.
media. How do we get hold of you?
OnlyFans.
Thank you very much.
Come on with it.
Sharp,
Come
sharp.
on with it.
Po, 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 po.
And they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just head home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay, I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day, you can call me replay. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting.